right in the kisser.
Hey, how the devil are you? What are you order? So today we got Arylics' new streamer, the S10 Plus. Streamer, you're nothing but a streamer. How can you put your hands in your head? Oh no! I missed my calling. I really did. It was either be a YouTuber or a pop star. I choose being on YouTube. There you go. Maybe the wrong choice. Right. So Arylics' new streamer, S10 Plus. Now they're going up against some stiff competition in the WiiM. So WiiM are kind of cornering the market at the moment with their streamers between 50 and 400 quid. They got loads of streamers out now. And this will probably be competing against the WiiM Mini, which is around about £80. This is only going for around, I think, 60 quid, 50 quid, something like that. So good price. Well, anyway, so let's get it out of the box and see what we've got and see how good it streams.
Hey!
Okay, so I've plugged it into my Fozzy Audio V3 and I've plugged the USB-C directly into my PC. Right, God, that's a mouthful. I didn't use the mains plug, so that my PC is now powering the S10 Plus. I haven't even used it as a streamer yet. I just play music from my PC, and I'm using it as a preamp into my Fozzy Audio. How cool is that? And you know what? It sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Quite happy with it actually.
Slow, you can still go, even when
You know, and you don't go.
I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single.
Awesome. And then I've got here, I got control of the bass, treble, whatever. I haven't even got into the app yet, so far, so good. Okay, so here's the 4Stream app. So just here, then you've got your just regular settings. You can rename it, speaker info, alarm clock, preset content, sleep timer, audio settings. So audio settings there, just fade in, fade out. Weird. I don't know what that is. Okay. Then it says EQ at the bottom here. And that's just, on the 4Stream app, it's just bass and treble. That's all you get. Okay, let's go back. And then in the corner here, you've got browse. And that's where all your music services are. So you can either use your own content here, or you can use what we got, TuneIn, Heart Radio, Spotify, Tidal, Internet Radio. And what I use is Amazon Music. So that's what I use, that's my source. And it's okay, there's your sources at the bottom here. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, line in, USB DAC. You can change sources on the app here. Where was I going to go? So Amazon Music, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not as slick as the main Amazon Music app, but you can search at the top here. So I can search, say, I search for Santana. I can just do that. I can go My Music or Amazon Music. And I can go I can go songs, albums, let's go albums. And there we are, it has them there. And I can play them from there then. Okay, let's go back. And in the bottom here, you got just a couple of settings here. and that's just what version it is and send us feedback. And that's pretty much it there. Now, this does have another EQ. However, unlike the WiiM app where it's got it all in one, you've got another app, which could be a pain in the neck for some, but once you set it and then you're done with it, okay? So let's just open that app up. Okay, now this is the Go Control app. And as you can see, whatever's playing on the full stream app will be playing on the Go Control app. So, and just here, if I play it now, I've got the amp turned off so you can't hear it. You've got this little bit here, and it gives you what music's on there, so you can select music from there. You've got your audio sources here as well. Bluetooth line and USB DAC and Wi-Fi. Then you've got your sound then here. So on here though, you have got a mid. You can change the crossover frequency here. So if you want to, you can change the crossover frequency down from, what's that, 50 Hertz up to 300 Hertz. I don't want that on. Then you've got the deep bass, and you can actually change the intensity of the deep bass at the bottom there. With my setup, I don't really need that. Maybe if I'm listening really quietly, I could possibly use it like a loudness type of thing, but I haven't felt the need to use it. When it's on, it's a bit too much. Then you've got your EQ. So it's on flat at the moment, and you can do a custom EQ if you want as well. You can add a custom one there. And then you've got your presets then, classical, pop, jazz, rock, vocal. Right, and there you are. Now, I did have a bit of a problem initially connecting it up to the Wi-Fi. It kept dropping out all the time. And I was like, what's going on? So I looked at the specs, and it looks like it's only 2.4 gigahertz network, whereas the WiiM has 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. Now, for those of you who are not aware, so when you've got 5 gigahertz, it tends to be a stronger signal, less busy, less traffic on it, and but the range of it isn't great. It can only go so far. But 2.4 gigahertz, it's not as stable a signal as 5 gigahertz, but it can go further. Right, so, but the problem is, if you've got your device, it could be a streamer, a smart device. I did a video on this, I'll put a link up here, on a smart bulb, how to overcome this issue. So, if you've got it too close to the router, or for my American friends, router, okay. From henceforth though, I will be calling it a router. We did invent the language, okay? So what happens is it gets confused, and it tries to connect to the 5 gigahertz, but it can't because it's not capable. So it gets all messed up. So what you've got to do is move the streamer or the device further away from the router so the 5 gigahertz can't reach, but it's still in range of the 2.4 gigahertz. God, are you getting this so far? So I moved it to the back of the house, and I was able to connect it. Now, I've already written to Arylic, and they were going to send me another one saying there may be something wrong with the Wi-Fi aerial in it. But I actually did connect. It actually did connect when I took it to the back of the house. So I've resolved the issue, but they're sending me another one. Maybe I'll email them now and say don't bother. All right. But what I did eventually, just so I get a stable connection, and I'd recommend this with all streamers, is try and hardwire it with an Ethernet cable. You'll get a much more stable connection, and you won't get any dropouts at all, ever, okay? So what I've got is a TP-Link Wi-Fi extender. It's 20 quid, okay? You plug that in, and then I plug the Ethernet cable into here. It's got an Ethernet port here, LAN port. Run it to that. Brilliant. Really, really good. Works really well, okay? So I did overcome the Wi-Fi issue, but I prefer to hardwire it. And I recommend, if you can, do that. And to be fair, when I had a WiiM Mini here, and even though that can connect to both networks, I did have a lot of problems with the Wi-Fi with that. It was freezing all the time, the app was. It was dropping out, I had to reconnect it. It was just unusable. Maybe they've solved it with an update by now. It was about 18 months ago, maybe a bit longer. But I sent the WiiM back because it was doing my head in. I was like, oh, what do you order? I'll give it a pow right in the kisser. Right? It was a little bit annoying. So I sent it back. So hard wiring is the way forward, and you won't have to mess about. And if you do get problems with Wi-Fi, hardwire it. Much easier. Anyway, so how does it sound? So the app pretty good. Everything is all right on it. How does it sound? I've listened to it through the PC, and I'm quite impressed with it. But I want to give it compare it to something else. So I think a fair comparison would be this FX Audio FX03, and I reviewed this a couple of weeks back, maybe last week maybe, and I was pleasantly surprised. This £49 DAC, it's not a lot on it, it's just 2 RCAs and a USB-C in, that's it. Okay, but it does have a decent DAC in there, ESS DAC, and it sounds pretty good for the price of £49. Okay, so I think that's a fair comparison. So let's see how the S10 Plus performs against this little DAC here, and see how the DAC is in comparison. Anyway, I've rambled on enough now. Let's have a listen to this. Okay, so what do you reckon on that? Well, I thought the FX03 was a little bit better, a bit clearer, a bit brighter possibly, and a bit more detailed. Wasn't a huge difference though. And it's a great little DAC, that FX03, for the price. But the S10 Plus, if I hadn't heard or compared the FX03 to the S10 Plus, I'd be more than happy with the sound of the S10 Plus. Performs really well, considering it's not a brand DAC in there, some generic DAC. I don't know how it's implemented in there, but it sounds pretty good, not bad at all. Few teething issues in the beginning with the Wi-Fi, but I think for the price, you're getting pretty good value for money. And you can even just use it. I think it's a good price, even if you just used it as a preamp, okay, connected to your PC. But there we are. Anyway, that's come to the end of that. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. But also, on my Facebook page, I noticed people have been putting, in the comment section of my posts, they've been putting pictures of their systems, showing me what they've got. And one guy was saying that this is what I bought on your recommendations. And I was like, do you know what would be good if I created it? I had a light bulb moment, okay? And I thought, do you know what would be good if I create a gallery on my Facebook page for everybody's systems or setups or whatever you've got. It'd be great to see a picture of your system so I can create a gallery. Maybe do a video on it one day if I get enough pictures, possibly. But hope I haven't set myself up now to get inundated with pictures, but I'll get through them. If I am, I'll do it, right? But it'd be good to set up a gallery. What do you reckon on that? And also maybe, put some context to it. Like I might not recognize the amp. So just put some context to the picture, and also like maybe where you're from. Obviously not your postal address, okay? Just a general area, like I'm from South Wales in the UK. That'll be enough, okay? So, go over to my Facebook page and follow me there. Okay, links in the description below, and we'll give it a go and see what happens in there. What do you reckon on that? Anyway, that's come to the end of the video. I'll catch you in the next one.